Hello everyone, my name is srwd and my presentation is about the children in Kurdistan who are smoking. And it's a common problem in Kurdistan. I present this to the Kurdistan region government, which is my primary audience, and my secondary audience are the parents. What is the problem? In this slide, I want to define my problem, which is about children who are smoking. As we know, smoking is a factor for many diseases, such as lung cancer and heart attack, and many more. As for children, it has more probability of getting diseases when they get old. Why I choose this problem, as many of you have seen that smoking among children is very common nowadays, and they are proud of what they are doing. And I want to inform Kurdistan region and parents about this problem. I want to mention some results of this problem in this slide. As I mentioned before, smoking causes many diseases, and especially for children, it has more chance to get these diseases when they get old. And the children spend their money to buy cigarettes instead of spending their money on something that they like, such as toys or snacks. This slide is about the method of the research that I did. I used primary and secondary sources. For the primary source, I did a survey about this problem, including some questions, such as, when did you start smoking? How much they got money from their parents daily? How much was the price of the first cigarette that they bought? From these questions and their answers, I created some data, which is useful for my research. In addition, I use secondary sources too, which are database and website. I use more database sources because it's more reliable and more accurate compared to websites. Also, I use some websites such as srwd. In my first results slide, I want to mention some cause and effect of smoking for children. And I use some source to support my result. Smoker parents are one of the causes for children to start smoking. As Leo mentioned, 63.6% of the children pretend to smoke. Children of smoking parents were more likely to initiate pretended smoking. According to this quotation, parents appear to be able to influence the way in which their children interact with peers regarding pretended smoking, which means that it's more likely for children to start smoking as previously, which means that it's more likely for children to start smoking as previously I mentioned. Smoking causes diseases, and for children it has an effect on their brains as well. Wang claimed that young and middle-aged male smokers had many smaller brain areas than non-smokers. British Journal of Addiction did a research, and it shows that non-smoker children with siblings who smoked were much more likely to start smoking. When parents are smoking, it's easier for children to start smoking because parents cannot know that their children are smoking. Smoker parents cannot smell the scent of cigarettes because smokers cannot smell the people who smoke. However, if the parent does not smoke, they can easily smell their kid's scent when they smoke. Here I wanted to mention some solutions for my problems, and the solutions are banning smoking for children, banning advertisement of cigarettes, and parents oversee their children. First, banning smoking for children who are under 18 is one of the best solutions. And how can it be banned? It's government duty to ban it, and only government establish a rule for children who smoke, and when children break this rule, they have to be punished by paying 50,000 Iraqi dinars. Most of the children do not usually own that much money, so they can't break this rule. And if they break it, they have to ask their parents for this amount of money. Thus, they don't want their parents to know that they are smoking. Next, government should also ban advertising, because advertising attracts children to start smoking. Advertising makes things more interesting. Even if you don't like the product, it will attract the children and they want to try it, even for once. And if they smoked once, this will make them want to start smoking. Finally, raising the price of smoking is another solution. As mentioned in the previous two solutions, it's controlled by government as well to raise the price of the cigarettes so that children can't buy it. In method slide, I mentioned that I did a survey, and according to my survey, most underage smokers get more than 2,000 dinar daily, while the price of cigarette that they buy is by 1,000 dinar. Therefore, they can easily buy it. But if the government raised the price of the cigarettes, the underage smokers can't afford it. Can't afford the cigarette, and government can use the money that they get by raising the price of the cigarette to prepare a program about the effects of smoking for schools. Data. I brought this data from the ASH website. In September 2002, the warning label on the back of the cigarette pack lowered smoking percentage by 3%, It went down from 20 to 17%. In 2003, cigarette advertisements were banned, which decreased smoking by 2%, from 17% to 15%. In October 2007, when the age of sale was raised from 16 to 18, smoking percentages decreased from 15 to 12%. Gradually, as they set new rules for smoking, the percentage of underage smokers kept getting lower. Decision matrix. And here's my decision matrix. As it can be seen that we gave more points on time and financial because the best solution is the solution that takes the least time and costs least money. So according to my JM, raising the price of the cigarettes is the best solution for this problem. Recommendation. Depending on my sliding metrics, I recommend that the KRG should raise the price of the cigarettes and put tax on it because the children will not be able to buy cigarettes. And also KRG can use the money they get from this to reduce smokers.